Okay, well, we got the frame for the 65 all painted up. It's going back together now. 65, you say? If you're new to my videos, 65 Chevy pickup. If you don't know what we did, well, you'll just have to go back and watch some of my videos. Basically did everything on this cab. Rockers, inner and outer rockers, floors, cab mounts, cab supports, firewall, you name it, we did it. So we'll have the frame all put back together tomorrow, and we'll have the cab sitting on it with the doors mounted. Gentleman's going to take it home for a while, play with his engine and tranny, fit it in there, and save up some money over the fall, and he's going to come see us in the spring. So we hope, so he says. There we go. Last video you saw this 3/4 ton up on the rack. When we got her down, we dropped it 3" in the front and 4 in the back. Now the front, when you stand back, the front might look a little bit higher than the back by like maybe a 1/2 inch or an inch, but you don't ever jump the gun there and start lowering it anymore because it's going to settle. The springs will settle in the front. But that looks good. And yeah, that's a 3/4 ton. This is again a gentleman that just is slowly working on this truck. He's doing a little bit all the time. So he brought it to me last year. If you remember, I said we did all the rockers and the cab corners and cab supports, and then he took it home. You can see he did some spray bomb work there, and on the other side he spray bombed it, and now he brought it back for this, and it's all good to go. He drives this truck like all year round. Catherine, if you're watching, your 53 GMC, we finally got parts in for it. So I've been working on it. Yes, I have, which means you have a payday this week. Anyway, so again, she's just doing this as low budget. We're going to repair the panels for all there. This side, all the panels that we need came in. Good. And I got a kit to weld in mounts to put a V8 in here. So that part all came in. So what I've done here is I pressure washed the frame first and got the heavy shit off. Then I let it soak for a day with an oven cleaner on it. Then I pressure washed it with the oven cleaner on there. Then I dried it off. Then I got in here and wire wheeled it here and there, best I could. It's all together. We're not taking it apart. And then I put some engine degreaser on there, let it sit again for a few hours, and I pressure washed it again. There it is. That's how it kind of came out. What are we going to do? Like I say, this is a budget build. Some people on a budget build wouldn't even go to the extreme of cleaning it up. They would just clean up where they're going to weld the V8 mounts in, call it a day. We like to tidy it up a little bit. So we clean that up. What am I going to do now? I'm going to bring out the trusty Rust-Oleum paint I got. Flat black. Rattle can that on the frame. Basically from the firewall forward. That's all we're doing. Low budget is what she's on, and that's what she gets. And you know what? It's still going to look clean and tidy. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the videos, because you saw me do it on my 58 Chevy the wagon. I pressure washed that sucker for a couple days and did the same thing, and it looks absolutely beautiful. It's not the proper way. To me, the proper way is to take every single thing apart and paint everything individually and do it really nice. Even blow the frame apart, have it blasted, all that. But that's for the frame off restoration, high-end, more jobs that people don't maybe drive as much. The guys that are just making daily drivers, this is all you need. It's good enough. So, we are working on your stuff. I was working on your engine today, if you're watching this video. Your new engine I got you. I'm over there taking it apart and cleaning it all up. Because again, we're just going to do a Chrysler's rebuild on it. Chrysler's rebuild, what is that? It's just rattle can it. The engine's a good, strong running engine. Like I say, got out of a car, got to see it run, got to put it in gear, got to do all that shit, saw everything. It's a good, strong running engine. So, of course, while it's out, we'll put a new oil pan gasket, a timing cover gasket, some valve cover and intake gaskets. That's good enough. Rattle can that son of a bitch. Make it look pretty. Jam it in the hole here. Call it a day. And it will look nice. The Camaro, the 68 Camaro. So Sean been playing for this. He spent like 5 days on it, 4 or 5 days I believe, kind of making sure, getting everything lined up properly. Just put a coat of primer on it. He probably saw on Instagram, I posted some pictures. He wanted to put some primer on here so he has something to get it all in one color, and he has something to block and something to play with and see where he's at. But these doors are lined up pretty good. Like, look at those gaps. Alright? Nice and even there. Nice gap throughout there. Looking good here. Now, of course, the doors, fenders, trunk, hood, all that shit, it's going to be off at least 2 or 3 more times. It's what happens. That's what you do. This is kind of a rough-in stage right now. So, you know, this just gives something for Sean to begin with now. Again, doors all lined up nice. Nice gap again. Looking good. Looking real good. With Suburban. Well, I got it all dynamated. Very happy with that. It's ready to rock and roll. And then Sean will be back on that. So he's kind of working on the hood for it right now. The owner dropped the hood off. We got it in here. Got it in the shop. Take a look here. Yeah, and there's the Mercedes. You guys that are behind on the video, watch the last one. I showed the Mercedes. I'm going to be ripping the dash out of here next week. So I got to lay on my back. I'm going to use a cushion from an old lawn chair and lay on my back and take everything out of there because it's got to be painted and vinyl upholstery has to be redone on it. This actually body now is in final primer, but everything else isn't. There you go. There's the there's a little 400 horse engine right there. Yeah. Yep, 57 Mercedes Gullwing. This will be a nice cruiser. You can drive it, you can have fun with it, but it'll still be a car worth a lot of money. Again, like I said, believe it or not, when Gullwing came out, I don't know how many they made. I forget. I said on the video, was it 1,500 or something of this style? There was 400 molds made off that original body. Off the original. I'm not talking after mold, after another mold, after another mold. There was 400 molds made off the original body that were documented. This is one of them. Gentleman has the paper to prove it. Mercedes didn't like the fact that they were done. It's all secret. So Mercedes went around and found them and demolished them. There you go. So, now, yeah, Sean's working. There you go. He's working on the hood right there, cleaning her up. Got the, excuse me, just cleaned up the inside a bit. Stripped the boat side down to bare metal. That's all good. We don't blast hoods. We don't sandblast hoods if you're going to ask me. I'll tell you why. If we're going to sandblast a hood, we'll do like this area, this heavy structure area down there. We don't blast this area the other side. Just for the fact that we worry sometimes you just hit it the wrong way and you could create warpage or dents. For what it takes of a sander, what the hell. Maybe some of you out there blast. There's all sorts of ways of blasting. There's walnut shells, soda blasting, water blasting, fuck, there's everything. You know, I only got a couple guys around me to blast, and but for us, for the hoods, we just don't blast them. That's just what we don't do. Not that I'm saying that there aren't other ways of doing it and you can blast it. I'm just saying that we just don't. That's that. Okay. And you guys all remember, did you guys see my 40 Plymouth Coupe I had bought? Well, I bought it. Bought this car a while ago, new member of the family. The only rust patch that's been done on it is right there on either side. You can see somebody pop riveted it. Other than that, this car is all steel and she's real. Yeah. Came with all the Fat Man front suspension, disc brakes, the coils, the steering box, all that shit. Came with everything. Came with every single thing. Came with everything to make it a hot rod. 40 Plymouth Businessman's Coupe, no rear seat. So when you open the trunk up, that trunk space basically goes right up to like in that window area. Huge. Get a piece of plywood in there, believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what else to show you here. I think that's all we're going to show you for today. Yeah. You guys all remember I was building a beer 30 room. There it is there. So this is a beer 30 room. We're gonna cut out the we're gonna cut here. This window's coming out through the office. This will just be one great big opening. Just walk right through. But I put a door on it because my plan is I'm gonna keep my Model A in here because she's nice and small, right? You know, we'll see how long we keep the Model A for a while, but yeah. Didn't do much in here because I still got to do all the insulation, all the bullshit. But the plugs, lights, all that crap's working. You know, so I got a little bar in the corner. Got a little mat my lovely wife had bought me. Rick's Speed Shop, Old Time Garage. That's cool. That right there, it's my first tattoo I ever got. Dave Shore did it for me. Dave Shore, it's the first tattoo I ever got. No, it's not Woody Woodpecker. No, it's not Thrush Mufflers. It is Mr. Horsepower. Mr. Horsepower. It started out as Mr. Horsepower, which was Clay Smith cams. Then it became Thrush later on in life. If you're a real hot rodder, you'll know that. But yeah, so we got the bar here happening. We got little Wisers there. We got some Sandby. We got some Blackpool. Yeah, maybe I'll just stay out here tonight. Wife seems to be busy. She won't know where I went. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, the plan is I'm going to roll the Model A in and tuck her right here in the back corner, have her tucked here, and that still gives me all this room up here for us boys to have some seats in here and relax, that kind of stuff. You're probably wondering what's with all the charcoal. Well, there's a party coming. It's coming soon. You have to stay tuned to my Facebook and my Instagram. You all know that I have one big, huge field party once a year. Sure do. It's always country. It's a country field party. So we are 4th year holding it. And this year we're doing a pig roast. Usually all we do is hot dogs and smokies. This year we upped it and we're doing a pig roast. So I got to throw thanks out there to the Fraser Valley Roadmen. Because they're the ones that are actually Big Mike. And to Dan. Dan grabbed the piglet and Mike's doing the cooking. Got to thank those guys. They offered. And I appreciate that. It means a lot. So there we go. Got to thank those guys, and that's that, right? Okay. Oh, we started working on this truck over here. Started taking the front clip off it because we're going to be taking this body off the frame. I'm going to pull the body off the frame and disassemble all the frame and paint the frame up for the owner. But he's leaving the outside look the way it is. He's leaving it with that patina look. So that's how it's going to stay. So I want to get this one done and out of here by the end of September. So that's what's going on there. Close this down. So there you go, guys. That's all I got to show you today. So all I can tell you is, well, it's Wednesday night and it's after 6, and for some strange reason I'm still working. Been a long time since I've done that, but it's okay. Hey, it's always a good time at all time. Catch you next time.